Hey y'all, it's me Noah, and today's episode of Glover is going to be a little bit different. So this was our first time recording the game off of my computer, and we recorded 2 episodes, the second one being the finale. But as it turned out, my microphone was not being recorded for the entirety of the session. So all that's there in the audio department is the game and Nick's commentary. So I'm going to voice over what happens in these episodes and include tidbits of Nick's commentary. So yeah, enjoy!
Totally good gamers.
We start off with me dying twice due to my controller's technical difficulties.
Haha, stupid butthole.
That's my excuse anyways. I got chopped up by a guillotine, and then my controller stopped working again, so I died again, and then game over. Great start, I love it.
Running totally good gamers is stressful, you guys. Especially when Noah's sleep schedule is like a Russian roulette game with like kids who don't even understand how to count.
After my controller was up and running correctly, I made it past the guillotine and moved on to these floating coffins and started bouncing on them. Speaking of bouncing on them,
I don't like dick, I like penis.
Bouncing on the coffins led me to this giant fence and the floor fell beneath me, setting me back quite a bit.
I'm sure the game's hard to control. It looks hard to control.
I somehow fall for the falling floor trick again, and then rolled right back underneath the blade of the guillotine. I decided to go in the opposite direction of the fence and found something pretty cool.
What the fuck is that, Star? Whoa! Inflation fetish!
With this beach ball in hand, I'm able to bounce higher, which allows me to cheese this part, ?
Oh my god, you just cheesed that.
Although after I did that, it raised the fence so it seemed like the way you were supposed to do it. Before making it through this door, I failed the easiest jump known to mankind. After making it through the door, behind it was more coffins to bounce on, except they were vertically laid out this time. Whoa. There was this electricity segment.
Did you hear that fart?
And then I got a checkpoint. Before dying really embarrassingly, Nick knew what had to be done and saved the game because he knows stupid shit like this will happen.
What?
There was the spike wall segment that I died to quite a few times, but it wasn't long before I beat the level. Enter Frankenstein, the Fear Area's boss fight. What you're meant to do is rework all of these pillars here to form a staircase leading up to this button. You then press it with your ball, killing Frankenstein and winning the fight. How you do that is ground pounding one pillar, making it go down a peg, and raising the pillar on the opposite side up a peg, all while avoiding Frankenstein's electric aura, which will kill you and your ball. I tried this for about 10 minutes not knowing which combination of ground pounds made the staircase, so Nick just looked it up and told me how to do it. You go atop the highest pillar, ground pound it twice, go to the left, ground pound twice, go to the right 2 times, ground pound that twice, go back to the left, ground pound twice again, and then boom, staircase made. All that's left to do is carry your ball up the staircase and throw it onto the button, which electrocutes Frankenstein to death, exploding his bits all over the place. And that's it.
I wonder how the fuck people find that out without a guide, dude.
Thus begins the space levels. There's less gravity now, which is pretty cool. I roll my way up to a button that drops floating platforms down to parkour on. But I got stuck here for a good while because once again in this series, I didn't consider not needing to bring my ball through certain areas.
Oh, I farted actually loudly and I didn't go up to the microphone. Shut the fuck up, Nick.
Such was the case here. After parkouring, I ground pound this button that causes more platforms to rise up from this lake of green goop. Across those platforms is a motherfucking UFO.
Whoa!
I know, right, Nick? I ground pound the top of the UFO to enter it, and inside contains a button that launches a rocket out in the air that then crashes into a wall, exploding it and revealing the end of the level. I go to it, and then and then I win. At the start of this level, you're presented with a button that, when pressed, opens a door to the end of the level. There's obstacles along the way to the door with buttons scattered about, which makes them easier to bypass when pressed.
It's like two sea creatures fucking.
When I got to the door, it was closed. That's because you only get 14 seconds after hitting the button to make it to the door before it closes. Then I figured out that with Glover you can hop on the gear next to the door and jump over it. The problem is, you need the ball with you to beat the level. So I tried to go for cheesing the level by throwing the ball into the gear again and again and again. After about 10 minutes, things seemed hopeless for the cheese. But then...
Oh! Oh my god, dude! We have to make that a short. I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone cheese it like that.
This third level is pretty fun, honestly, minus the beginning, where this little alien fuck sucks up your ball into his head tube, turns it into the fragile crystal ball, and shoots it into the air. Then you have to catch it, or else it'll smash into the ground, causing Glover to die. I had to place the ball out of harm's way, ground pound that fucker, place the ball onto one panel, then hop on the other one to open this big door. Behind it was a
checkpoint.
I ride some conveyor belts over to this giant fan that's turning very slowly. Oh, I done fucked up.
Well, you're gloving it now. You really gloved it this time. I'm gonna glove all over the place.
Beyond that, there's a teleporter that takes you above the fan, and it almost makes me lose my ball. Next, I press this little red button that turns the giant fan functional, and use its air to glide on over to another checkpoint. There's this weird piece of machinery that moves back and forth. I just threw my ball onto it, along with Glover, on its way forward. All that was left was for me to break this glass wall with the bowling ball, and then I won. It's time for the final boss of the whole game. You start in front of this big old robot that's giving birth to explosives. But for a moment, let's listen to Nick explain the lore of a kid named Talking Puppy Dog.
There was this kid named TPD, and he hated this YouTuber called Tom Bomb, you know, the Jeffy Jeffy YouTuber. And there was also this guy called the King Over. He's a fucking piece of shit. He does Jeffy cash grabs, whatever. And this kid, TPD, really hated Tom Bomb. He'd go, Tom Bomb is idiot, Tom Bomb is idiot, Tom Bomb is idiot. And it got to a point where he was like, Tom Bomb, please don't stop making fun of me, I'll throw my cat out the window.
And there's also the calm before the storm where he's making wholesome videos with his pets.
And there was also the video where he's like, the king is cancer, yeah.
The king, it's cancer, yeah. King is cancer, which I don't care. King is cancer, yeah. This is, I'm gonna hit you with this key. Bah!
The sad truth is, TPD was right even though he was an animal abuser.
So the context here is that Talking Puppy Dog uploaded a video where he was being all mad at everybody, and then he picks up his cat by its tail, starts flinging him around, and then throws him at his wall. It was highly disturbing. And then once everyone rightfully called him out, he made a video being like, it was just a prank, guys, it was a Wobot cat,
I would tell the truth. It was a prank this whole time. It was my Wobot cat. Wobot cats make sounds, right? Go to my abuse video, it work. You see the metal on the cat, right? That means it's a Wobot. Stop saying it's real. It is fake.
I can't be honestly sure why he was so angry at Tom Bomb, because Tom Bomb always came across as not doing anything. He was always nice.
He was mad at Tom Bomb because Tom Bomb called him out for sub-botting because he had like 2,000 subscribers, but his highest viewed video had like 70 views.
But he also was like 7 years old, so there was like hope for him. But why the fuck did his parents let him on Discord is my question.
Now back to the game. All I have to do from here is enter the robot's foot. Somehow I end up in its body despite its foot not connecting to any part of its torso at all. But anyways, in a cutscene, Glover pushes his ball down this hole to use as ammo and takes control of the robot. Mr. Boogeyman here takes control of his own robot, thus beginning the fight. It's pretty simple, all you gotta do is aim at the Boogeyman and shoot at him, plus his missiles. What's not simple is when he gives birth to 3 green spider things, which crawl towards you to attack you, and that's how I died. On my second attempt, I shot at the Boogeyman fast enough to where he didn't even get the chance to give birth before his robot died.
It's a wizard from the start. He's a double amputee. So what I understand is this guy was corrupted. And Globble's his brother. But you missed 6 bonus levels. Oh well, who cares?
By the way, this bird in the credits was not blue when we were playing the game. He was purple. What happened? Blue washing, blue washing. Also, here's the moment when I realized my mic wasn't being recorded.
Well, there's my commentary at least.
But
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to be positive.